Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight, neck hit straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring attention to this bell sound, and while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra, just follow the sound please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we take few minutes from the beginning to be very clear ourselves how this meditation practice will improve our inner clarity. And at the same time, what are the benefits that you can gain for your conventional life? At the same time, how that benefit will help for you to transform yourself rather than just hold it to the conventional life. How your lifestyle can improve yourself to transform to eternal wisdom. Because whatever the investment that you put to conventional life, if it is developed only the conventional environment, there is no more better experience you can gain. The beauty of the Dharma or the Buddha's teaching is, in the beginning, it gives very comfort to your comfort life, conventional life, but at the same time, it will allow you to grow through that and transform yourself to gain your spiritual liberation. So that's why another way it's kind of like a profitable skill. Rather than maintaining life, always you have to remember, out of this life, how we can grow. Because just being like this, how far? How many times? Eons by eons, we have been like this. We have done things in the conventional life. You went through already that all the methods and patterns in life. So, but still, we keep continue. So is there anything beyond this? So that is the liberation. So that's why it is better. You look into yourself and bring that transformation, bring that growth to yourself. And little by little, develop a lifestyle can take you towards liberation. This is the important thing. You have to remember not to reject this life, but to build this life as a bridge to take you to liberation. How about that? Rather than rejecting the world, rather than rejecting the experience, rather than resisting the world, you use the same world as a bridge, as a ladder. So then day by day, day by day, day by day, you reach to the higher level. So from the beginning, there is something you have to be very clear. So that's about our head. So what is in our head came from many directions. It has a long history. And there are a lot of things we have to clean from our head. It's not easy, very difficult. Maybe you can reach to more far to stars or other planets like the moon, the Mars, or maybe you can go to the very depth of the ocean. You can climb to the highest mountain. Maybe you will fly faster than the birds, and maybe you will swim faster than the fish. But still, to get something out your mind is a kind of like a miracle. You will try. So there are a lot of things we have to clean in our mind. Why? Because this all we build up as a story. So what is in our mind? It's a story. You have a story. So you somehow try to experience that story. You somehow try to develop that story. You somehow merge with that story with your bodily, verbally, mentally action. So end of the day, somehow you want to fulfill that story. From where this story came? It came from many, many directions with many reasons. But now we develop it. We all are, each and everyone in our head, we carry one kind of a story. So then it is yourself, your own responsibility to look into that and see. So this story is kind of like we develop in a kind of like a way we call intelligence, being intelligence. So in the world, there are so much validations to be intelligence. But at the same time, there are a lot of people become intelligence, but they lose the consciousness. So what is the difference between the consciousness and the intelligence? So the intelligence is the ability. From the ancient time to today, intelligence become more transform, change. It is the ability to find solutions for problems. It's kind of like how to get out of situations, how to find a way, how to grow. So that's the very kind of like a major responsibility of the intelligence. See, that's why this all the consumer product, machines, technology, this everything around us, how we can make our life more comfortable, more easy. And if you start to think, then you will find something. So that is intelligent. But the thing is, our story we build in our mind and we start to look how to make it kind of like a real. So as a result of that, what happened? We become more intelligent. We become more intelligent. Why? Because we merge with the story. But the consciousness is beyond the intelligence. So what is the major responsibility of consciousness? So ability to feel things, ability to recognize things, joy, pain, pleasure, fear. So those are the result we gain when we become conscious. Just then look into the meditation. So out of any meditation, in a tranquility meditation or vipassana meditation, especially 4 foundation. So vipassana means this 4 pound is contemplating on the body, feeling, mind, phenomena. So it's you track your feelings, sensation, that develop the ability of consciousness, being conscious. So when you develop the ability of the consciousness, there are 2 things happens. So one of the important thing is the clarity you gain, the clarity, moment by moment, the clarity. But intelligence brings the confidence. Intelligence brings the confidence, but the consciousness brings the clarity. And then, so the intelligence is kind of like a mentally you develop a model. Always you get into a structure when you develop the intelligence. You develop a format inside you. So the mind go with patterns. And not only that, emotions become stronger with that pattern. See now how it go deeper in your day-to-day life. When you become intelligence. Why we become intelligence? To experience that deeper our story. So when you develop that, what happened when you become more intelligent in the mind, start to develop a structure of the pattern. The emotions also become stronger. So that's why, if you look at the world more than any other time, we are so intelligent in this entire human history. This is the most highest IQ you can find. But at the same time, look at the society, what we experience. If you want to find the happiness and satisfaction, if you look for happiness, can you go to the most intelligent person and ask that question? Maybe in a different way, there are people so intelligent, but can you go to them and ask about life? No, they can't give. And sometimes most intelligent people have the most difficulties and miseries, fear, unsatisfaction. So then what they missing? Consciousness, being conscious. Because when you become conscious, You develop a different part of your the mind. So otherwise, what happens? So as you know now, the consciousness is major responsibility is recognizing feelings. So all the animal world use their intelligence to track the feelings. That's why they can't attain to enlightenment. But if your consciousness, if you develop little by little, it start to take you different path. So when you develop your consciousness, when you master your consciousness, it's not going to enrich that story inside you. It take you to deeper to recognize the reality. So why we need to recognize the reality? Because with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, what we experience in the moment is our reality. But what we experience in this very moment is not the reality what we think, because there is something beyond this. With our the colors, there is something beyond this. Sound, there is something beyond this. So intelligence has ability only to go with this range, whatever appear. But the beauty of the consciousness, it takes you beyond that layer. The very consciousness has ability to capture very fundamental level of all the properties in this existence, or in the reality. So that's why being intelligence will help you to maintain the life. But when you become conscious, it takes you beyond the life, above the life. So that is another meaning for the Buddha. Buddha is not a person, it's an ability or the quality of mind. So one is above the knowledge, above the ordinary life. So if you can experience something above this ordinary, what we call reality, then you kind of like you become a Buddha. So in that path, when you develop the consciousness, we have two properties mainly we maintain with our emotions and the mind, because those are, it's kind of like a nutritions, soiled for our life. So what happens for that? Your emotions become more resilient. Rather than building. So as you know, rubber band, when you pull it and release, what happens? It go back to that its beginning point. It's not going to stuck somewhere. Coil, and if you pull it and release, it go back to its beginning point. So when you become conscious, what happens? Your emotions, rather than boiling and developing inside you, it is start to go back to the beginning point. So then you are not going to agitate out of emotions. It's not going to overtake your bodily, verbally, mentally actions. See that the most of time, this our emotions, when the emotions become stronger, and we can't handle the situation sometimes. That's why it always say be professional, because when you become professional, one of the things, it develops this emotional resilience. So as an ordinary person, you have to be with emotions, as in a family, friends, in your conventional life. You can't be with this emotional resilience. You have to allow these emotions to boil, and then other people will be happy around you. When you have to move, you have to be emotional. You have to cry, joy, laugh, get mad, angry. So other people will say, oh, wow, nice. But remember, it take you to another level. It's not going to go back to the same place. Sometimes when you become emotions, it take you to another level, which you can't go back to the beginning point. So emotional resilience, that is what develop out of consciousness. That's why when you observe sensation, feelings, and without reacting to something, when you develop your consciousness, contemplating the body, contemplating the feelings, contemplating the mind, contemplating the phenomena, very natural process, or the Dharma. So this develop this ability, emotional resilience. And other one is mentally, rather than developing the structure, because if you develop the structure, it become a pattern. So then you mentally, you develop a habit. Then it should be this way, that way. Look at your life. That's how we build up the story. You have a pattern, you have a habitual pattern inside you. You already have characters. But it's kind of like, even though life is impermanent, we have inside us that story and the characters, permanent characters. So because of that, this mental structure, every day you want to experience something, the kind of like the same way. But when intelligence will help you to develop that structure. But consciousness, when you become conscious, what happened to your mind? So that is where you develop mental flexibility. That is the key point for your development in the conventional life. And at the same time, remember, from the beginning, I mentioned you, in our foundation. So whatever our practice will take us to transformation, to take us to next level, or our spiritual development. So that is where, rather than becoming just an ordinary person, when you develop your mental flexibility, what happens? You're not going to caught up into one story in you. You are always ready to accept the situation. And you are always ready to blend with the any situation. And you are ready to accept it. So that acceptance will take you out of the preconditioned mind. So that always take you to be free moment by moment, moment by moment. And that itself take you out of the struggle or the suffering. So then remember this mental flexibility. And sometimes we think, oh, I have that. But when situations come from deeper inside us, our story come forward and we tell it should be like this. it should be like this. And then it make you very limited. But when you develop the mental flexibility, from any direction, from anything, you are available to any situation. So that is the power of the consciousness. Nothing wrong being intelligence, but that intelligence, it always takes us to be very limited for the emotional development and to develop the mentally structure. And it always keep us to a story. And then it make you kind of like a cage-free zoo. You are in a kind of like a place. You feel kind of you are free, but that itself is the trap, because you believe you are free. You have the freedom. That believing, that is the power of our story that we build inside that, because that story itself tells us, when I want whatever I want, if I can get it and if I can do it, I am free. So I bound to that. But that itself is the trap. That itself is the trap. Listen this very carefully. Because that is what in the samsara we develop day by day, day by day, day by day. And it's kind of like, if I give a different analogy with this simple, like from the beginning, people thought this, when they look at these universal soldiers movies like that, they thought, oh, these people can put a chip inside the body and then track everywhere. It's kind of chip, tracking device can put everywhere. And people always, even the vaccination, when they thought it's kind of like a putting a chip inside. And people told, no, we don't want. We want freedom. We want freedom. We want to be free. No one allow us to track. So kind of like the people used to believe that. So then, how about the cell phone? If you use the cell phone, means everything is there now. You ready to lose your arm, your leg, it's okay, you can, lose your head, but you're not allowed to lose your cell phone because you think it's everything, all the personal, information's there. What does that mean? It's no one need anymore to put a chip inside your body, because already all the information in your cell phone. See that we think, oh, I don't have any chip, I didn't take any vaccination, no one can track me. But still we think, oh, I am free. But look at, we use cell phone and that is the chip. Huh? So like that, people believe in the story that we build up. We believe, oh, I am free. In that freedom, and I just play with whatever the things I want to do, because we believe that whatever I want to do, if I can do, that is the freedom. But that is not the freedom. That is the very trap when it comes to the Buddha's teaching. That itself is, when you can do anything, whatever you want, you are in the samsara. That is where you trap. Again and again, again and again, becoming happen because of that. You have so confident to being as who you are, but you don't recognize this, whatever the things happen to our life, very bottom level. How this life happen? From where this come? It come from outside things. If these outside things help us to be like this, The very simple truth, you have to understand this belongs to this outside. That's the simple truth you have to digest. So being conscious will help you to come closer to that wisdom. That is what wisdom calls. And even observing outside from the ancient time, people used to believe that they understood that. It's not being intelligent, being conscious, observing faraway stars, the moon, the sun. They saw this everything circle. And everything is come again and again like seasons. And our ancestors knew in a certain way. So they saw the stars and most of the other planets, moon, the sun, and they knew then this earth also circle. But how about when it comes to human? Some people still believe this is flat. So they follow the intelligence. But if you become conscious, the beauty is you are capable to reach to unseen point without seeing it. You are capable to understand something without touching, without come closer to it. That's the power of consciousness. So then don't have this cravingness to go there and capture it. Be wherever you are, but be conscious. You will see everything. So that is a different way of understanding. See, that's how through the meditation you are capable to understand the very nature of this entire universe. Not only that, the very nature of your human life, very nature of all other human beings, past even to the future, eons by eons, the very nature of the human mind. So it's expand the spectrum of the understanding. So that's why practicing and give the ability of this development. And so being conscious, day by day, is by practicing you have to develop it. But what happened today, because we are so craving, we have this the cravingness towards to be intelligence, and we lose the ability of consciousness. So nothing wrong that the conventional life being intelligence, but deeply remember, the master key is consciousness. That is what we address. That is where we focus. That is where your liberation can happen. So always remember that. When any situation comes, when you engage with any situation, there are two things going to come to you: to be intelligent or be conscious. I can't tell you which one you have to pick. It's your own responsibility. But if you know the difference, as I mentioned so far, if you understand it, if you understood it, then you know what to select. But remember, end of the day, it's always everything change according to your choice. So when you take that choice, always look into yourself and ask yourself why you take this and from what point of view, how you come to have this choice. And that will make you little bit clear from the story and little bit open you, make you kind of like a balanced person to take a decision. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left hand neck, head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. And scan head to toes yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge in this moment with this sitting. May my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens through the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart, forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward, and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ettavatachamnihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Maya dhamma nudhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammang pujemi sanghang pujemi Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjissami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.